What's on YouTube today? What a heartless... No, this isn't going to go unaddressed. Hey, bro, I got a...
Hold up. I have a thing.
Thing? You don't have things.
Yes, I do. What's up, buddy?
So I want to do this video about...
I'm in.
That was easy. Kent Hovind, who will be referred to from here on as inmate 0645-2017.
Wait, we're talking about this guy?
Yep. By the way, you should be here instead of a disembodied voice. That's better. Welcome to my slice of reality, Alucard.
What sorcery is this?
My kind of sorcery. Now, we may have started off lighthearted, but we have a serious topic to cover. 0645-2017 had a death at his Dinosaur Adventure Land Creationist Park on the 17th of March. Before we go further, my friends and I want to offer our condolences to the family of Stephen, the 7-year-old boy who died. Inmate 0645-2017 briefly spoke about the incident.
I need a drink.
You probably do.
We had this last Sunday rumors going around the internet about an accidental drowning here at Dinosaur Adventure Land, and it's true. There was a family with 5 kids, twin 7-year-olds, all playing in the lake together. The water was 3 feet deep. Suddenly the dad noticed that Stephen, the 7-year-old, was gone, and he apparently slipped on the dock and hit his head. Nobody saw it. We don't know, but he did drown in our lake. And we tried, your wife is a medical doctor, and she's right there on the scene as soon as he got him out of the water. We don't know how long he was underwater, but she gave him CPR, did everything right, took him to the hospital.
Their CPR, proper compressions being done right whenever he was out of the water. He was man on the scene.
Yeah, I mean, it's too late. We don't know what happened. Anyway, the kids had a blast here, and the dad wants to bring all the kids back and loves the place, but there's one complete, absolute idiot moron named Robert Batty. He's a former IRS agent. They brought him out of retirement just to hassle me because their IRS case against me looked so bad. They did so many things wrong and broke so many laws. They said, go make Hovind look bad. Robert Batty, he did a Twitter thing, drowning at Kent Hovind compound. He calls us the compound. He does everything he can to belittle us, okay? Batty, crazy, insane, you'll drive me batty. Let's see, similar words, mad, insane, odd, queer, eccentric, deranged, demented. Good name for the guy, Robert Batty. Anyway, okay, we have good fishing here in our lakes, so ignore what he says, please, or you get on his Twitter page and explain to him sweetly, shut up, okay, go get a life, just find something constructive to do. Don't make the family feel bad, their boy drowned, it's enough, okay, shut up. Unreal. Okay, we got good fishing here in the lake.
I did say briefly.
Very briefly. You think he could at least give 2 minutes to the topic?
To be clear, we're not doing this to draw attention to the unfortunate death of a child. We are trying to draw attention to 0645-2017's nonchalant reaction and failure to address how he will be fixing the issues that led up to what is being deemed an accident, and even failing to say that problems will be addressed.
Fixing? He would have to face the fact that he's responsible for some level of care and safety for the people in the park to even think about fixing anything.
Agreed. It seems callous to me that he goes straight from the death of a child to acting persecuted and then to all the great fishing they have there.
I thought I was the inhuman monster around here. This guy not only doesn't care, but he doesn't want you to care.
Indeed not. And the less attention he draws to the incident, the better. And the faster he can sweep it under the rug as if it never happened. He doesn't seem willing to take even a little responsibility for the death of Stephen and does not seem to have any remorse. If he had said that he was going to implement safety measures to try to avoid this moving forward, that would have been something, and I would have been okay with that, but he didn't do that, and instead turned it into a persecution narrative and ignored the issue completely. That's why we are here.
Nailed it like the Romans. Now, I know people expect a certain level of vulgarity out of me, but inmate 06452-017 likes to bleep things out of context. So, Daddy is going to behave and not give him any excuses. We have a few things to go over. So, Adam?
Right. So, based on the available information, this is the area where the incident happened. Well, not here specifically. Inmate 0645-2017 hasn't released the specific location, and we don't expect him to, but this is the place it happened according to an individual that resides on the property named Mark Stoney, accompanied with a satellite image of the area. We had to pull this image and the background today off a video of his from September of last year because he doesn't seem to allow filming or photography on the property unless it's done by his people. An autopsy has not been done at this point to the best of our knowledge, but what information we do have indicates that Stephen slipped and suffered a blow to the head on the dock/bridge before falling into the water. Mark has stated that, in his opinion, every precaution had been taken, but even a brief look at this shows several places that could benefit from improvements that would make a tragedy like this much more preventable in the future. Setting aside for the moment that a dedicated lifeguard would help, because there are many swimming places all over the country that don't have one, a good start would be a clearly defined swimming area, separated from the dock. It's hard to watch a large body of water, and even limiting swimming to a generously large swimming area makes it easier to keep watch over kids in the water, and keeping it away from the dock eliminates obstructed views. The depth varies, so it would also be a good idea to implement and enforce a policy requiring kids under, say, 14 years of age to wear a life jacket at all times while in or around the water. There are models that allow free range of motion without being cumbersome. As for the dock/bridge, there are a couple of things that spring to mind which 0645-2017 could do differently. For starters, if the designated swim area is around the dock, then it would be prudent to gate it in some way to limit access from small children. And due to the extremely shallow nature of most of the area being around 3 feet deep, some actual guardrails would be helpful to prevent head injuries from hitting the ground when falling into the water. Further, a non-skid material of some sort would be extremely helpful. All of these things are mostly non-invasive and would barely be noticed as anything more than a minor inconvenience, but combined increase the overall safety of the area considerably.
Inmate 06452-017's defenders will doubtlessly take issue with this, but I would go so far as to say he has been extremely negligent in his implied responsibilities to provide a reasonably safe experience for his guests. As of this recording, we're not certain if he owns the property that Dinosaur Adventure Land is on. We know it was donated to him, but he treats it as if it's his own personal backyard and not a park that needs to have some degree of safety structures in place. The video of the tour, for example, highlights a glaring problem. Adam, I need some of that sorcery. Notice here that the vehicle he's driving these kids in is overloaded and none of them are wearing seatbelts. Vehicles like this are unstable and prone to rolling, which means he's endangering the lives of children. Letting Jesus take the wheel, so to speak, won't prevent injury or death if this thing flips or rolls, especially with no seatbelts being worn. An actual concern, since this has apparently happened. Seatbelts are there for a reason, inmate 0645-017, letting people know that they are entering at their own risk and you won't be held liable for anything that happens on the property does not excuse you from following basic safety guidelines and providing a reasonably safe environment.
His legal responsibility here is a bit fuzzy because he is a nonprofit ministry classified as a 501c3 tax-exempt church ministry. But at the same time, he's billing this as a kind of theme park free to the public. In my mind, he is indeed culpable for the accidental drowning and for negligence in the way he runs the park. This is just the most recent thing that put Hovind at the top of my list personally, and as a result, we'll be making it a point to address several videos of his to show him as the negligent fraud he is. For example, let's look at this part of the clip again.
Their CPR do proper compressions being done right whenever he gets out of the water. He was man on the
Unless the doctor he has there on occasion sounds like a man when she speaks, she was not the one performing CPR, and he didn't even correct his error there with a simple, "Oh, you were doing CPR, not her. Okay, I misspoke." Now, before I am accused of somehow personally attacking inmate 0645-2017 on this point, I need to make it clear that the only reason you can hear the two male voices in the background is because I had to boost the audio in the section where they spoke. In the original video, it is mostly unintelligible, a fact I'm fairly sure he knows about. This is just the start of the upcoming series we're calling Educating Hovind, though to be honest, we had considered titles that were much less kind. We will be talking about that series of videos he did a while back targeting children starting next time. Buckle up, guys. This is going to be something else. We thought about how to end this video, but we'll let inmate 0645-2017 bring the point home.
One idiot was talking about, we had the boy drowned at our lake, and the dad was right there by him, 7-year-old, and we did everything possible. He just hit his head and disappeared under the water. Nobody saw him. Nobody's fault, just an accident. And so I texted him. I said, "You realize 31 people drowned in the panhandle of Florida so far this year? Yeah. What are you going to do, put a fence around the ocean? Come on. It just happens. You try to avoid all that stuff, but what do? Kids do dumb things once in a while.